A little history lesson today. I'm going to remind everybody who the Republicans really are, because either you never knew this happened or you forgot this happened. Also, more information on the AI bubble crash, and let's just, double check this whole Venezuelan militia thing. First up, everyone's saying a crash is coming because of a new report out of MIT. See, these companies are going to pour a whole bunch of money into data centers. Data centers are very in vogue right now. And the global spend by 2029 is estimated to be around $3 trillion, which is a lot of money. The only problem is MIT did a survey, and 95% of these companies don't make any money. I showed you yesterday, VC funding is subsidizing all this AI stuff. If they're not making any money, the VC funding is going to go away. And just a reminder, like 30 years ago, beginning of the 90s, there was a different bubble that happened. It was the savings and loans collapse, I believe. And then in 2000 was the dot-com bubble. And then 2008 was the great financial collapse. And then 2015 was the oil price collapse. And then, of course, the pandemic. And now this. It's right on schedule. All right, on the heels of 3 boats and 4,000 soldiers being sent down to Venezuela to deal with the drug problem, and stick around. You're going to want to know some more about that. Anyway, Venezuela says they're going to mobilize 4.5 militia. Here's what you need to know. This militia is essentially MAGA. Like the United States has MAGA, Venezuela has Chavismo. That's who these people are. This is from 2020. Venezuela adds civilian militia to armed forces. They're just volunteers. Like, come on. Yeah, they do security guard work, stuff like that. They're basically just government employees. That's all they are. These aren't soldiers. And is there 4.5 million of them? That's also in doubt. Probably around 3 million. Either way, 3 million is a lot of people, right? So they have the numbers advantage. But the U.S. could probably take these people out without ever setting foot on land. My point being, this is all bullshit. It's bullshit coming out of the United States. It's bullshit coming out of Venezuela. The whole thing is bullshit. And now a little reminder about this whole drug problem. Do you remember that guy? Him and his wife were on TV all the time saying, just say no to drugs. He was president for 8 years. And then that guy became president. He used to run the CIA. Some of you know where I'm going with this, but I think you forgot the full story. Yeah, so Ronald Reagan hated communism. And he really liked the Contras in Nicaragua because they were fighting against the communists. Just a reminder, in 1979, Iran took hostages from the U.S. And they spent years negotiating that. And after that, they kept on taking hostages. The relationship between the United States and Iran, much like right now, not very good. But that didn't stop Iran from asking the United States for some weapons because they were busy fighting Iraq. What did the U.S. say to this hated enemy? Sure, no problem. They sold Iran $30 million worth of weapons. And they booked $12 million of it. The rest of it went down to Nicaragua to fund the Contras. None of this was approved. This was a big deal. It was a big deal at the time. Like, it blew up while Reagan was still president. But it didn't stop. Oh, no. But they had to find something else to sell. They couldn't sell weapons to Iran anymore. So the CIA sold cocaine. Now, the story broke in 1996, but this had been happening for the better part of a decade. So it started when he was still president and continued under his watch by the CIA that he used to be the director of. Now, to be fair, he was director of the CIA in the 70s, not at this point in time, but work friends, stuff like that. So yeah, the CIA was buying cocaine, selling it in San Francisco Bay Area, and that was being dealt out to the Crips and the Bloods in Los Angeles, where they turned it into crack cocaine. All the profits went back down to the Contras in Nicaragua. Like, why are these countries sending this stuff to the United States? It's strange. This conflict is about a lot of things, but drugs ain't one of them.